Get your chin up. Smile. Smile. Okay? Dang, you guys, all right? If not, I'm not talking. Let's get rolling.
WNY watercooler.com.
Steve.
Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
Coast.
Welcome back, WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We got Steve, our magnificent host, and we got Coast.
You couldn't sound any more disappointed that you're to hear from me.
That's just my general disposition.
Positivity.
Yeah.
All this positivity is tough for you to handle.
Yeah, our entire secondary is out, and we're peaking in September, so yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my! Are we peaking in September?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even really looked that great, but these fucking teams we played have looked like shit. I will say that.
Have they looked like shit because they're shit or because we're good?
Well, the defense. I mean, our defense is playing great. I don't know. We're just crushing these quarterbacks. I mean, Tannehill and Stafford, they've both looked bad, real bad.
Yeah, Tannehill's garbage. You can't just. I mean, they just got rid of A.J. Brown, who ate us up every time we played them. And Henry looks like a shell of himself. I mean, I've never thought Henry was good. I thought he was just big. He looks stiff, slow, just like easy to bring down. I mean, he might go from whatever he was last year to out of the league within 2 years. We've seen it before. He's 28 years old. He might be done.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really care enough to talk about him, but yeah, I mean, he didn't really do much of anything against us, so.
How good did it feel to just stomp them, though?
Well, I missed the whole second quarter because I was complaining that they weren't taking cash for transactions. So I was waiting to talk to a manager for like 20 minutes. I gave him my phone number to call me back, and they still haven't called me back. So I don't know. I guess I'll keep waiting. And I came back, and the score was the same. Nothing even happened.
Monday night home opener, and you're gonna wait. You're gonna spend a quarter of the game complaining about having to use a credit card.
Yeah, I thought it was a state law that they had to take cash, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a New York City law, but it seems preposterous that they're not nowhere in the stadium they take cash for anything.
I like that.
Yeah, well, that's because you're an idiot.
Well, it's easier. It's quicker. It's
easier. For people your age. What about for old people, young people? Not everyone has a bank account.
No.
Oh yeah, you only think about yourself. You're so selfish.
I mean, I guess there is an age range where you'd be going to the game possibly without a parent and not yet have a credit card. That is true. I did not think about that. You're right.
Well, it's bullshit. Well, why
Maybe
can't
like
they take cash?
15 through 18 range. 15 to 17 could be a problem. Yeah, it's a good point.
Oh yeah, I make good points, but Jesus, Browns with another touchdown. Brissett's killing it. I hate these games streaming. It's so choppy. I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is another thing, but so yeah, the defense just completely dominated. I mean, the second half was just like a bloodbath. It just seemed like our defense just kept scoring touchdowns. Did they score one or two?
One. Third quarter of both games so far have been total. It's the opposite of what we would complain about when we first got good in like 2020. We'd always have double-digit leads at halftime, and we'd blow them in the third quarter. Like it was happening all the time. Now we're sort of close-ish. I think it was 17-7.5 in this game. I mean, tied against the Rams. And then we just like blow the doors off them in the third quarter. So in both games, the game never felt like we could possibly lose. I don't know. Like from the first drive, Tennessee scoring, that was, maybe it was like, oh, they're probably going to hang around for a while. But that was the only time they showed any competence the whole entire game. Diggs is unbelievable. He's been just so good through 2 games. But like last week I talked about it. The Titans have no. You look at their roster. It's like, who is good? They're starting. They have rookie DBs. I mean, so do we. But their best defensive player is an interior D lineman. Like it's not like they were going to get a pass rush. I don't know. It was just clear that it was going to be a rout to me. I underestimated the margin of victory, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Diggs just was like, either he was unguardable or they just literally didn't guard him. It seemed like. I mean, the dude is just. It was very odd to me that he was just running wild. They just throw it to him. He scored a touchdown. He catch the ball 50 yards out.
I know. Yeah, I think it's probably a combination of Tennessee sucking and Diggs. He's on a mission this year. He's a man on a mission. You could see it in his eyes at SoFi.
Yeah, because he's like, but it was disrespected or something. But
yeah,
he's
it was
just like, guy's tearing it up.
He was behind his brother in the top 100.
Well, yeah, I mean, and he's paid, so I don't know what he's really playing for other than just
a ring, dude. A ring. You think these guys care about money?
I think they all do. Actually, I know they all do.
This team is hungry and they're motivated, and that 13 seconds could be the best thing that happened, other than the fact that they would have won the Super Bowl last year. Could be the best thing that happened to this team.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they look unbelievable, but like I said, you don't want to peak in September. So I don't know if they're peaking. I mean, the AFC again is opening up. I mean, I guess it always was open for us, but like some of these teams that we thought were going to be contenders or like anything look like just shit.
Who looks good?
Chiefs and
maybe, but they didn't look good against the Chargers.
Yeah, Thursday, that's a rivalry game. Yeah, I mean, both those quarterback coaches, that was a weird game. But
yeah. Are we peaking too early? Like, I think this is like, if you look back to basically the beginning of December last year, this is just how we've played every game. We've been killing everyone except for like obviously the Chiefs game, but every game has been a blowout. No one has come close to beating us in, 8, 9 games, whatever the case may be now. 9 games, 9.5 games. So I really think it's possible that they're just, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I think I heard GR talking about 17-0 this week.
Yeah, not a surprise. They work for the team, basically. I mean, I'll give you a reason to be a little more skeptical. Just let's take a look at this injury report today. Gabe Davis limited, Micah Hyde didn't practice, Dane Jackson didn't practice, Knox limited, Morris limited, Oliver limited, Jordan Phillips did not practice, Poyer did not practice, Settle limited.
I expect every one of those guys to play except maybe Phillips. And Jackson, maybe Jackson. We just played Monday night. Guys are dinged up. Poyer and Hyde don't need to practice. If they don't practice tomorrow, then there's an issue. But I wouldn't be surprised. Poyer and Hyde are full participants tomorrow. Davis said he's 100% playing.
Yeah, he said he's playing.
So,
the center being out. I mean,
but he came back in the game. Morris came back in the game. Knox came back in the game. They want these guys healthy. It's a short week, and I think these guys have been like together long enough where they have to miss a day of practice. Poyer and Hyde have been playing together this is their 7th season together with the Bills. That's insane. 6th season, sorry.
Yeah, and we refused to sign Poyer.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do there. He's probably gone, but can't sign everybody. But there's a lot of stability there. I think they're probably just getting just a rest day or two. I mean, Hyde had the neck injury. I don't even know what happened to Poyer. It's a foot injury. I mean, but your point.
They said he's day to day, but well, yeah. So are we going to pay Edmonds? I mean, all of a sudden he's actually making plays now.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think they are.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to pay him. So, I mean, let's look at the Dolphins, their injury report. Armstead, the tackle, he played last week on this toe that he has, but he didn't practice today. They had 2 tight ends I never really heard of. They didn't practice. But then Howard he's practiced limited, but he has a groin injury. I mean,
yeah.
And then Raekwon Davis, he's a tackle. He was limited too. So, I mean, they have some players that are hurt, but I mean, we are decimated in the secondary. I'm going to have to pull up this depth chart because I don't know who the hell is going to be playing safety on this team.
Jaquan Johnson.
Why does Benford have such a horrible number? Dude needs a new number. If he's going to be playing over our rookie first round pick, dude needs a better number.
I thought Benford and Elam both played good. But Benford just seems like solid. I don't know. He had a nice tackle for loss. He doesn't. I mean, I haven't really seen Elam or Benford get really beat yet, but the games have been such a joke that I don't know. But they haven't been tested, I guess you could say. But he looks solid. But yeah, 47, not a good number for him.
Didn't Cup put up like 140 on us?
He did, but every pass he caught was like 8 yards. He had a nice touchdown catch, but like,
hey. Did
we
stop
10 points?
Well, yeah. Okay.
The game plan was probably the game plan. Like, oh, Cup's going to get a bunch of catches, but they're not going to, that's it. If he's the only person that is catching any passes. I mean, Stafford he was an abomination in that game. So,
yeah, and then they almost lost to some
shit. What happened in that game? They were up huge, and then all of a sudden they won by like 4.
Yeah, and
real weird weekend in NFL week 2.
Yeah, usually the first 2 or 3 weeks are weird, like one team completely dominating. So that well, I mean, of course, I'm talking about the Dolphins, 2 of most passing yards in the league.
Dominating. Oh my God.
Jaquan Johnson and Damar Hamlin. That's who our backup safeties are. I mean,
they're gonna play. Hyde and Poyer are gonna play.
Cam Lewis. How much do you like Cam Lewis?
It's all about scheme, man. He's been around for a few years too. He'll know what to do. I have no doubt that they're gonna be fine. Dude.
No doubt. Huh? Yeah, Tyreek Hill has no success history against us. I mean, I agree with that. And they don't have the fastest player in the league on the opposite side of him, just putting up stats. So.
The Dolphins' offense hasn't been good for 87.5% of the season. I looked.
0.5? I would just round. You couldn't just say 88.
7 quarters out of 8. They've got 3 touchdowns and 13 drives. The fourth quarter against the Ravens, I don't know what happened, but that's an aberration. 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter without anything fluky happening. They didn't even recover an onside kick or have a defensive touchdown or a fumble. They just
they win in regulation down 21 in the fourth, and the same with the Cleveland. Yeah. They lose in regulation up 13 inside 2 minutes.
I don't understand how that even happens. Like, what were the Ravens doing on offense? Could they not? They got 1 field goal in the fourth. Did they just go 3 and out 3 times in a row and take 0 seconds off the clock? Like, I don't know. I mean, how often does a team score 28 points in a quarter without any turnovers or takeaways?
Oh, there's this. Yeah, I mean, and we play them next week. Lamar was hurt. I don't know. I mean, he had 1 billion fantasy points, if that's awesome. Any type of a measuring stick. But
we've did Tua. It kind of feels like when we would have good starts, and then we'd have to play the Patriots and just get our asses kicked. We have owned the Dolphins.
It could be analogous to that, and that could be analogous.
Allen is 7-1. The one loss shouldn't have been a loss if Charles Clay caught that pass. And we're outscoring them.
He underthrew it.
Well,
He threw it across the field.
Yeah, it was a great play, and Clay just screwed it up. And we're outscoring them by 15 points per game on average, 33-18. We're like a plus 120 in 8 games. We've owned them.
Then why is the line going down? Hot shot.
Probably a lot of public money on Tua. Seems like Tua's like the darling of the league right now.
Well, I guess when you're leading the league in passing yards and you score 28 points in the fourth quarter against a Super Bowl contender, I mean.
Or are the Ravens not good? It's too early to even know. Is the Ravens defense bad?
Well, they can't be that. I mean, those two dudes were just running wild. Tyreek Hill, I didn't see anyone else in the screen when the ball was coming to him. I mean, of course, he's waiting there like it's like a bus station, but the ball eventually got there, and then he would just walk into the end zone.
Yeah, so maybe Miami's good. Maybe they do have a good offense, but I'm not going to take one quarter out of 2 games. But obviously was a fluke.
And on the opposite side, I mean, their Dolphins defense is just they're like bottom 2 or 3 in passing yards per attempt, yards per game. The line's right now 5.5, which a lot of people thought it would go up to 7, but it's going in reverse. And then the over/under 52.5.
Probably because of our injury report too. Seeing our whole defensive unit on the injury report. I don't know. I think there's a little bit too much love for Tua and the Dolphins. Hill and Waddle are scary for sure, but they have no running game. Is Tua just going to pick us apart?
I mean, they have running backs. They just haven't been able to use them. But
they scored 13 points against the Patriots on offense. 13 points. We put up like 100 in the last 2 games against them.
Well, you can't compare. I mean, it's not the same team, but
same
players.
Yeah, they put up 13 points, and then they had 14.
Well, we play them twice and we play the Patriots twice, so we'll figure it out eventually. I mean,
yeah.
What happened to Bobby Hart? He gets suspended 1 game for. So he I didn't see any video of it. He went after a Titans player. And then he missed punching him and hit and punched a coach.
Coach on the Titans?
Yeah, and no one cares about this. It's such a strange thing. I
heard about
no one knows who Bobby Hart is. Yeah, you don't even know about it. I mean,
well, I know about it. I just didn't see. I didn't see what happened. I know McDermott was like, we're looking forward to getting him back, and we'll handle it internally or something. So they don't think it's a big deal. So
I guess no one does. I mean, evidently I'm the only one in the entire world that cares or has any interest in this. But
I mean, you couldn't find a video?
I didn't see one. I mean,
when did it happen? Fourth quarter?
After the game. It was after the game you went over there. I mean, we didn't even have enough players. Neither team had enough players to field if that game went to overtime. There's players just dropping left and right. It was like we were storming Syria or something. Everyone's just dropping. It was war zone that game.
Yeah, well, Jackson he almost got decapitated.
Yeah, the guy next to me showed me the video. I thought he was dead. I mean, they had that ambulance out there forever. The whole team is praying.
The Titans player runs over tosses Jackson after the hit. I shouldn't say but
I can't hear what you're saying.
The Titans player ran over right after the play when Jackson was on the ground after the hit and threw him out of the way to get him away from his teammate. And then Jackson started punching the turf. So I knew he was going to be okay at that point. But the way the the way his head went backwards, it was all precautionary, the whole thing. Like he was.
Oh, well, I didn't realize you talked to the EMTs that were in the fucking bus.
Well, they showed a bunch of replays, and after he was rolled over by the Titans guy, he was punching the turf and kicking the turf. Like if someone suffered a spinal cord injury, would he be? I mean, I'm not a doctor, but would he be able to punch the turf?
I don't know. I mean, rigor
I don't know either.
mortis. Maybe.
Maybe.
Could have been rigor mortis.
Maybe. And then Hyde, I thought Hyde got a concussion, but it was actually a relief. It was just a neck injury. And he seems fine. I don't know. I'm sure they're just giving him
He went to the
rest
hospital
days.
after the game too.
Because they probably, anytime there's a neck injury, they probably have to do like a CT scan or some shit to make sure.
Yeah, but he's getting a second opinion. I mean,
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, God, that's not good.
yeah, he was in the walkthrough and then he missed today because he was getting a second opinion about something. I don't know.
I don't know. If we have,
Seems a mess.
if Boyer and Hyde are both out, that could be a problem. But if one of them is playing and then Johnson's been on the team, what is this, his fourth season? He's been on the team forever, it seems. And I trust that he'll come in and be ready to play.
Yeah, I do give McDermott credit for our secondary. I don't know why we're drafting first round corners if he can find them anywhere, like Benford in whatever round he was in, 5th or 6th. But
Dane Jackson, when was he? When did we draft Dane?
he was 7.
When did we draft Levi Wallace? That might have been before Bean, maybe, but
He was undrafted, but yeah.
Yeah, so because it's all system. It's all system. I mean, remember what happened with who's that guy that got the huge contract from the Redskins? He was on our team and got stiff armed by Henry. Norman. Norman was like amazing on the Panthers, and then he sucked after he left. So it's all like scheme fit. They play a lot of zone. It's not like we shadow
Jarris
guys.
Bird? Oh, okay.
Norman, right?
Yeah,
Norman.
You're talking about when I guess I didn't follow McDermott's career as a secondary coach in Carolina 10 years ago.
He was their D coordinator. He was their DC, and then Norman was like super good. He got paid by the Redskins, and he was like a nobody after he switched teams.
Commandeers or whatever their fucking name is.
Yeah, whatever they are. So, I'm with you. They can plug in people in the secondary, and they'll be fine. But I'm sure it's going to be a lot of just zones and not letting Hill and Waddle make big plays and making Tua like shred them. And I haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it. So until I see it happen, I can't really expect it to happen. We played Tua five times by now. We beat them 50 something to 20 something with backups.
5 times
in a game that Tua had to win to make the playoffs. We beat them by like 30. Yeah,
this is his 3rd season.
Actually, we only played him twice because maybe 3 times. Because he didn't really play the first game last year, right? He got hurt right away.
Well, no, he started that game. He played like the first half. Then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is his 4th year. Yeah, I was wrong. You were.
Think about what our D line did to them last season.
And now we're even better. So yeah, I mean that's.
I don't know. Maybe they got better on the O line, but the fact that they have a left tackle is hurt, and
yeah, he's got a bad toe. Their right tackle's already out. He's been out.
So I sort of expect us to be able to. We're going to get a ton of pressure on him. We won't really have to blitz, and maybe he'll slice and dice us. But that would be the outlier. That would be the exception than the norm, more the exception.
All right, so he's played 3 games against us.
Yeah.
So neither of us were really remotely close. 56% completion percentage, 1 TD, 4 picks, passer rating of 60. He's gotten sacked 5 times, which seems low. But I guess if you knock him out of the games, I mean, it's tough to sack him when he's on the fucking bench.
Yep. And that the first time we played him, I guess I can't remember. The game we played them at home last year was ugly though, on both sides. Our offense was terrible. I think it was another shit it was the game right before the Jaguars debacle, so we were like playing shitty as hell. Remember that? It was like 3-3 at halftime.
Yeah, I was getting nervous in that one. That was it started out ugly, yeah.
So I don't know, but and our offense didn't really play good the first game, even though we beat them 35-0. I remember people were pissed that like we weren't super efficient. We didn't look good, even though we won 35-0. People were all up in arms about that performance. I remember too. So.
Well, I mean, the team is just they just look too good. There's nothing really to say. We have the schedule. The next 3 games are tough. So, or no, the Steelers game. Steelers, they're playing okay. 3 out of the next 4 are tough.
We're going to be favored by 14.5 against the Steelers.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
well, depends what
we come in limping at 2-2.
Yeah, I know. So at what point, after what game, would you start thinking undefeated season? Kansas City?
Undefeated season? I'd say week 15, 16. Undefeated? I don't know. I mean, McDermott loves to choke, which we know that's just documented.
Like at what point do we consider the fact that we might have the best team in the history of the league?
Oh, Jesus. Wow. It's such a cockeyed optimist. It's incredible. I mean, after Thanksgiving, maybe? I mean, if we're steamrolling, yeah, the thing is, yeah, we got to cover. If you want to be I don't even want to talk about this, but if you want to talk about the greatest team ever, they have to cover like every game then, or majority of the games. We're going to get 20-point spreads. I mean,
yeah.
I
Jets
guess.
game. Oh man, I'm not predicting that we're going to go 17-0 or even saying that, but if we get through the first 7 games, our last 10 games are very easy. We're going to be not very easy, but we're going to be big favorites in every single one of them. Like touchdown favorites or more probably, and like except maybe at Cincy we won't be, but
especially with Odell.
Oh my God!
Have you spotted him at any restaurants around town?
The Odell talk is a joke. Like, obviously, we have no need for him whatsoever. I don't understand. I turn on GR this morning, and first thing I hear them talking about is Odell.
Yeah, that's what they like.
Who's the new guy on GR in the morning? I forget.
Sleepy Joe or something.
He is, yeah.
That guy's on for like 6 hours a day, and he doesn't know shit. I mean, he immerses himself in talking about the Bills, but he's like a fucking idiot. Like he doesn't know anything else about anything else. I don't know. He's too young or something, but they all in the morning they all sound the same, and in the afternoon they just talk gambling. Those two are just gambling addicts. Chap and the Poodle. I don't know.
Poodle is?
Yeah, he does like same game parlays every day.
Well, he probably had to be able to stay on the show with Shope, because he might be Shope's a degenerate.
Yeah, that guy's going to be like in a gutter soon.
Yeah,
he has more fantasy leagues than rec, as if that's even possible. Although I don't know if he does best ball, but he does all that other shit. It's like, shut the fuck up. Oh, my portfolio.
Just giving Twitter updates of his weekly like scoring in his fantasy league. I'm like, is there an audience for this?
Some people, I don't know. I mean, fantasy football to me is like boring. I do it, but
are people logging on to Twitter to like, I wonder how Shope's team did?
Sad, weird people that don't have any friends. I imagine. I don't know. Which is a lot of people. I mean, you can't be a dude anymore, so I guess you just got to be on Twitter.
That's your new thing. That's your new thing the past like couple months.
Well, I have takes on everything, but so you didn't make it to the game, huh?
On that one for a while. Tickets were too expensive.
I will be on it for. I mean, you see like all these. I don't even want to get into it. Whatever.
So the Celtics coach, quick sidebar, because you never answered me. he was having an affair with the GM's wife. Is that like true?
People on Twitter are saying the boss, so I don't know I don't know the Celtics hierarchy of their. But yeah, that's what the rumors are. I mean, I just read 3 or 4 people commenting, and I just believe it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But yeah,
So if
what
that
else?
was the case, then is it even that wouldn't even be a situation where like she would be a superior to him.
Well, yeah, they're just saying it's inappropriate. They weren't there. They just don't want to fire him because they're going to get sued and they'll have to pay him anyway, probably. I mean, this isn't a Celtics podcast. I don't know, but he was banging the GM or president's wife or something, and then so they suspended him and they call it inappropriate. It's not like a HR thing. It's not
But
like
when I first heard the story, I thought it was like going to be another situation of him like an intern or something.
yeah, I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's the team is doing this, so they want to make it paint themselves in the right picture, right whatever, and the coach isn't. What's he going to do and say? He can't go on TV and start chirping.
Okay.
Pretty pathetic.
Anyways.
The Bills are just so dominant. We talk about NBA GMs and coaches.
It's a big story.
Well, for now, is it going to be Sunday morning when all 1,000 people listen to this, download our podcast? I mean,
1,000,
yeah.
Wow. Did we hit 30 yet in a week? 30 downloads?
I doubt it. I mean, people rate, review, look for us on YouTube, subscribe, send us offers if you want to sponsor us. I mean, we'll shout out your company.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I have no qualms about anything. So hit us up. That'd be on my water cooler.
Oh, yeah. You got any more of those stickers you're sticking around in
Yeah, I
bar bathrooms?
got hundreds and hundreds, but I don't go to bars anymore now. All of a sudden.
Oh man. All of a sudden, yeah. Damn.
Sad. What's your prediction here?
I thought a lot about this one too. I'm basically 2 for 2 in nailing these games. I don't think that Miami's. I can't see Tua having much success at all. Waddle and Hill are good. Are good though, so I think they will score some points. I think Allen's going to light them up. I think it's going to be 38-20 Bills.
I think it'll be a shootout too. Although I thought the Titans game wasn't it. Well, I pushed my over under 48, but which is just, jeez.
41 from one team, and you can't get
one team gets 41. You don't get the over.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
Bad beat.
I mean, I've been pretty much wrong about these games, so I kind
Did you
of.
pick us to lose both? Or no, you picked us to beat the Titans. Oh yeah, you said Tennessee would have a drive though at the end.
Yeah, they'd backdoor us or something, but obviously Tannehill's washed, the running back's washed, and Vrabel is just outgunned. What was the score at half? Do you know off the top of your head?
17-7.
Yeah, so it was. So we've been up by a total of 10 points at halftime in these 2 games. So I don't know.
But again, it's not like they stopped us. We had a 4th down. Well, they did stop us on 4th down on that one. That was like a disaster. We had a couple drives in a row there where we had 3rd and 1 and just couldn't get a first down. And then ended up having 4th and 1. And
still wondering why a guy in my section wanted to fight me, and he knew that we parked in the friggin' old motel lot.
he followed you to your car?
No, these pussies, they just chirp. I was complaining about, asking the usher, I'm like, where are you the other 7 or 8 games of the year? Am I going to talk to you in December? Because in my section, I'm the usher. I have to help people sit down all the time, or at least I like to, but, and I'm like, yeah, you're not going to be here in November? I don't know, but I was just joking with her. I don't know.
Oh, it was a woman?
No, I was talking to the usher, and I think someone was mad, thought I was being a jerk. I don't know why this guy was mad at me. He's just yelling at me.
Someone thought you were berating the usher, and then it was.
But if I was, the usher would just boot me. They don't take anything, so I don't know why this guy cared or even was chirping at me. But it was actually a nice weather day. Dickheads on Trainer Sports tried to interview me.
They did?
Yeah, I was in the video at the very end of it. They're
Oh shit! I'll have to find that.
Yeah, they like ambushed me. They're like, "Oh, where'd you get that fuck Vrabel shirt from?" I'm like, "Dude, I made it. Get away from me." But it was actually a
Damn.
nice weather game, and the crowd was pretty good. The lot we were in was like madness, but
First nice weather Bills game since 2019 season, probably, that you've been to.
the Ravens playoff game, the weather wasn't too bad.
Well, I mean, like regular
tourist.
full capacity game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, last year was just a joke. But, well, in the morning last week it was raining, but my prediction, I'll go 31. Oh wait, I want the over. 35-25.
What's the over under again?
52 and a half.
35-25. Yeah, I think we're kind of on the same page then. What we see, I don't like that though.
Yeah.
Kind of a high scoring game. Bills win comfortably.
Because I mean, Tua. I'm not scared of Tua, and we own Tua. I mean, until the guy beats us, it's like I would never predict us to beat the Patriots when Tom was there. So
I definitely did, and it just never worked out.
Yeah, no shit.
Tua, it's got to be in Tua's head too. Like he
gets hit once by Von Miller, and it's going to be in his head. But he never had Tyreek Hill, and Waddle was never. I don't know if Waddle played both games against us last year, but. I don't know. Those two dudes are going to put up stats again.
Yeah, especially if they're going up against Hamlin, Jaquan, Cam.
What are you? Are you do you play like racquetball with them during the week? First name basis. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Jaquan. We got how many? Jaquan Johnson. We got Taron Johnson. We got Dane Jackson. Yeah, well, the first names are more unique.
Cool. All right, Mike.
Go Bills. Go Bills. See it.
Okay, it's gutter hope. All about my bills like Buffalo.
That's about it from Manager's Corner. Go fuck yourself, and the fuck with your show coming up next.
We're going to the playoffs, and you're going to take out one of our best players because you couldn't take a hit? That's a joke. That's an absolute joke is what it is.
Shit, I'm all about the bills like Thurman Thomas.
Where's the youth game? We need an L. We need an L against Houston. We need as many L's as we can pile up from now until